from NBC News. This is Today.
Having a baby before getting married used to be taboo, but now it's becoming the norm. In fact, listen to this. More than half of the women under 30 are giving birth they're unwed. Those women are.
So how is this changing the family structure, and what does it mean for the next generation? Jessica Hartshorn, I like that, is the senior lifestyle editor at American Baby magazine, and Dr. Janet Taylor is a psychiatrist at Columbia University at Harlem Hospital.
Hi,
Ladies,
kids.
good to see you both again.
The taboo's gone, huh? Is that the case?
Right, we're seeing a whole generational shift where it's not first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby in the baby carriage.
Yeah.
They've reshuffled it so that if you get pregnant, you can do the baby first and go to the altar later.
Why do you think this generation has changed so much?
I think that this is a generation who grew up with baby boomer parents who are fantastic parents and who are a little less successful with marriage. And actually, parenthood is a huge value to the 20-somethings. They want to be moms and dads. They want to take responsibility. They're a little more gun shy about putting a ring on it and committing to marriage.
But I also think we can't romanticize the whole concept. I think in some cases, 50, almost half of all pregnancies are unintended. And in some cases, the couples may say, I'm pregnant, we'll work on the relationship and get married later. But in some cases they don't. But I think there is a shift where couples are not rushing to the altar because they're pregnant and saying, we can do this and still formalize our relationship later.
And you know what, you say the taboo is gone, but then in parts of our country it isn't at all. It isn't at all.
Buy a maternity wedding gown anywhere. You can.
But I mean, still, there are pockets where that would still be an outcast.
And the reality is, being a parent, being a partner is hard work, and so you still need to communicate. You need to have mutual interests and values.
And they don't think parenting is going to be hard work.
Oh, it is.
That is the commitment, really. Like being mom and dad is the commitment.
Well, what is the impact? Because we don't really talk about it a lot, but the impact on the kids. If you know your parents aren't married, and most of the other kids in schools, parents are.
Still, maybe.
What impact does that have, do you think, on the kids? Or do we know yet?
Kids are pretty self-centered, as they should be. And for kids, it's about warmth. It's about, are we being taken care of? And I think they're not so concerned about whether their parents are married as much as, are mom and dad both here, and do they care about me? Do they care about us?
And most of these couples are cohabitating. That's the interesting thing to us. They're living together, and they are committed to raising the child.
So why not marry? What's the...
Well, isn't there a problem with the taxes as well? I mean, it's the marriage... The financial situation, you have to pay more taxes if you're married.
But there's also, we were talking about how women, have a great earning power. Most states will cover the baby with health insurance. There's not I need the man in the marriage to take care of me and my children anymore.
When you see like Bethany Frankel or Jessica Simpson or, now Snooki, whoever.
Angelina Jolie was the one that really set that standard.
Yeah, but the women who, do you think that has a huge impact on people when they look up and see a Jessica Simpson or somebody like that?
Hollywood doesn't set our values, obviously, but it does sort of take away some of the taboo. It's, you see it on television, it's not that shocking to see.
And in every relationship, I mean, both partners have to want to get married. And so in some cases, especially for women, I mean, we will carry the burden of the child and maintain the relationship. And some of it may be, your partner may not be ready to get married, so it can be a process saying, we're not going to rush into this. Let's decide on what works for both of us. But I think it's not necessarily celebrity-driven as much as the fact that women are independent, men are independent, and making their own decisions.
And what you have to remember is that all those women that we mentioned are very, very successful financially.
Right.
They can hire anybody and as many as they want to help with it. And there's nothing more difficult than being a single mom with kids and without any resources.
The definition and focus has to be on the family and the well-being of your child. So whatever decision you make, whether it's carriage before marriage, you have to think about what's going to be the best for my child.
I think all research has shown, though, that children that grow up in a two-parent family,
they do better.
They do better. Let's not romanticize it. I think
a harmonious,
but
less low conflict family.
Yes, that's exactly right. True. Okay, it's a complicated subject. Thanks, ladies. Up next, once you